speaking to the hope of a country that is worth fighting for, a country that we are all still responsible for shaping. This is a song that still carries real meaning today. You know, as we celebrate America's 250th birthday, I recently reread the Declaration of Independence. Yes, we happen to have a copy of that laying around, and I'll get to that in a little bit. I read it with a new perspective and a deeper understanding. It's not just a declaration of independence. It's a declaration of responsibility. Responsibility to one another, to improve, to leave something better for those who come after us. And as mayor, I take that responsibility very seriously. In the decisions we make, in the investments we pursue, and in the priorities we set. And with that responsibility comes great opportunity. The opportunity to make our city safer, stronger, and more affordable for everyone who calls it home. Today, I want to share how Louisville is embracing our responsibility and seizing our opportunity while acknowledging the work we still have ahead. In difficult times like these, local government matters more than ever. It's the level of government that's closest to people's lives. And that's why my administration stays focused every single day on the priorities that matter most to our community. It doesn't matter where you live in our city. We all want clean and safe neighborhoods where our kids can play outside without fear. Good jobs with opportunities for families to build a stronger future. Quality, affordable places to call home. Streets that are paved, repaired, and plowed. World-class parks and libraries where our children learn, play, and grow. Real pathways out of homelessness so people can find stability, dignity, and a place to belong. And affordable, quality childcare that gives our kids the strongest possible start in life. Friends, I am proud to report we are making real progress in each of these areas. The state of our city is strong and getting stronger. We are delivering results for every neighborhood in Louisville. There is no doubt. Louisville is on the move, headed in a new direction, the right direction. I want to thank my 5,000 colleagues who are part of the Louisville Metro government team, the folks that are doing incredibly hard and important work every day. Will those of you who are here in the audience with us today please stand so we can recognize and thank you. And I also want to thank Metro Council President Brent Ackerson and my 25 other colleagues on Metro Council. Will you all please stand? And last July, my good friends here on Metro Council beat my office in the annual Brightside volleyball game in what could generously be called a creative interpretation of the rules. Quick survey before we go too far. Everyone here with us today knows that you're not allowed to block a serve in volleyball, right? Maybe next year we'll get you guys. But look, we may be rivals on the court, but in Metro Hall and in City Hall, we work for the people that we serve together. These partnerships are critical. They are the engine of opportunity, and nowhere is that more visible than in our neighborhoods. Louisville is a city with great neighborhoods, each with its own unique identity. From Newburgh to Nulu, Parkland to PRP, Shawnee to Springhurst, and everywhere in between. As you heard, I ran through every single one of these neighborhoods while I was campaigning for mayor, and I've brought progress to every single one of them as mayor. Because when every neighborhood thrives, our entire city thrives. Take the South End, an essential part of our city that too often wasn't included in our city's planning. That's wrong. We're one Louisville. I heard South End residents tell me time and time again that they needed more retail stores and restaurants. We listened and acted, creating a $3 million South End Development Fund to jumpstart investment along South Louisville's main corridors. And 2 days ago, thanks to that funding which Metro Council supported, we announced 3 new restaurants and 1 large expansion are coming to Dixie Highway. Crumble Cookies, Derby City Pizza, Freddy's Custard and Steak Burgers, and Longhorn Steakhouse. A truly great neighborhood means not having to drive 20 minutes to grab a bite to eat, groceries, or to visit a great park for your kids to play in. That's why we joined Councilman Batchon to open Nick Rodman Legacy Park. And that's why we joined Councilman Sine, Representative Callaway, and Senator Nemes to support improvements at Jefferson Memorial Forest in Fairdale, the largest municipally owned forest in the country that we own and have right here in Louisville. We recently completed the first phase of improvements there, which created the one-of-a-kind Tom Wallace Park, where you can kayak, fish, hike, and relax. And we're just getting started. Later this year, I'll be releasing a new plan that will vastly improve the outdoor experiences and educational opportunities at Jefferson Memorial Forest, making it a world-class attraction. This project will improve our treasured forest and spur critical investments in Fairdale, Valley Station, and other surrounding communities, creating new businesses and job opportunities. The East End is growing. Infrastructure improvements haven't kept up with the pace of development, leading to traffic backups and gridlock. So we created a $3 million East End investment fund that is being deployed to improve East End roads and infrastructure, making roads safer and less congested, and neighborhoods easier to access. Here's a bridge to nowhere. You probably didn't even know it existed in Louisville. It's waiting for Plantside Drive to be expanded south to Taylorsville Road. Right now, that road is a dead end, while traffic backs up every day all around it. This year, we'll finish the plans to help ease the traffic nightmare that's plagued this area for the past 2 decades. I'm excited to see this project get done, just like I'm excited for the new Fern Creek Library, which is under construction and opening in just about a year. These are great resources that will make life better for those who live in eastern Jefferson County. Or is that southern Jefferson County? I'm not going to get into that debate, because to me, it doesn't matter if a neighborhood is considered in the East End, in the South End, or West End. We're all one Louisville. Let's talk about the West End, because for too long, it's been overlooked or outright ignored. But we're one Louisville, and we have a responsibility to invest in every part of our city and create opportunity for all Louisvillians. West Louisville residents were tired of empty promises and announcements that never materialized. So we got to work, and we're now delivering results for West Louisville families. The Parkland Library, that was closed for nearly 40 years, is now renovated, reopened, and better than ever. The Portland Library got a complete renovation and a modern new addition. Rachel and I just read to kids there last week. And after years of neglect, the Algonquin Park pool was closed in 2022. Even before we both took office, Councilwoman Hawkins and I started working to not just reopen this pool, but to build the best pool in Louisville. Heck, the entire region. And that's exactly what we did. Last May, on a day that felt as cold as today, we took the plunge and officially opened this amazing new water park. I encourage each of you here today, tell your friends and family and visit with your families. It is truly the best all around. We also opened Play Park as part of Waterfront Park's long overdue expansion into West Louisville. We reimagined and rebuilt Elliott Park and built the brand new Walnut Street Park. Just a few examples of the revitalization we're seeing in the Russell neighborhood. When we opened the new Walnut Street Park, we were joined by the 10th Street Cardinals, a championship-winning youth football team. They hadn't had a home field since 2018. Now, it's right in their neighborhood. That's what it means to listen, to learn, and to lift up our entire community together. And one thing I've learned is that if you want to bring people together in Louisville, build a park. If you really want to bring people together in Louisville, propose building new pickleball courts at Joe Creason Park. Hey, even with pickleball, you can swing and miss. In all seriousness, with this, as with other projects, the community spoke and we listened. That's how government is supposed to work, and that's the culture we're creating here in Louisville. And what I consistently hear is that our community loves our parks as much as Rachel and I do. Some of our best family conversations happen when Rachel and I are walking river in the park with our boys, without our phones, in nature, together. We want every family to have experiences like that. So our once neglected parks, riddled with decades of deferred maintenance projects, are coming back to life all across our city. New playgrounds. New playgrounds for kids, free public Wi-Fi now at 100 of our parks, new tennis and pickleball courts at non-Joe Creason parks. Another great new pool opening in Camp Taylor this May, just a few months from now. And to help people feel safer in our parks, we installed new cameras and lighting and launched our new park ranger program, hiring our city's first chief park ranger. Our responsibility to create great opportunities, no matter the challenges, can really be seen in the improvements we've made in our parks. And I hope our community is as proud of these assets as I am, because our parks are truly a gem for our city. The last area I want to specifically mention today presented very different challenges. When I took office, everyone thought downtown's best days were in the past. The pandemic took its toll. Offices were vacant. Restaurants closed, and streets felt unsafe. We reached an inflection point, and with it, a responsibility. Because there is no great city without a great downtown. Downtown is everyone's neighborhood, and for it to belong to everyone, it needs to be one of the safest, cleanest, greenest, most vibrant, energetic, and welcoming places in our entire city. We need to think boldly, bring in state and federal partners, and use every tool available, even create some new ones, to reimagine downtown's next chapter. Now fast forward to today, and downtown is growing once again. New attractions like Hotel Bourbon, Five Iron Golf, Woodhouse Spa, and Haymarket Nulu have opened. And longtime local businesses like Yum are moving back downtown. People are visiting from all over the world every day, and we're adding more housing, bringing more residents, more energy, and more life back right here to the heart of our city day and night. Just take a look around, where work is underway right here at the Kentucky Center on a major and amazing transformation that will make this a premier performing arts center for the next generation. And right behind us, the Belvedere, Louisville's most overlooked overlook, is about to get a whole new look. First, we're making it safe for visitors and for the thousands of people who drive under it every day. The 1 million square feet of crumbling concrete will be fully repaired and rebuilt and ready to support all of the economic growth underway. The Belvedere is going to be a fresh, energetic, and iconic space in the heart of our city, the exact opposite of what it is now. I can't wait to show you the updated plans in the coming months. The Belvedere will be unmistakably Louisville, rooted in our identity and offering an experience you can only have in our city. And thanks to Senator McConnell and Congressman McGarvey, $7.25 million was recently appropriated by the federal government towards this transformative project. So that's the Kentucky Center's backyard. Let's talk about its iconic front yard, across the street. Last week, Humana, Poe Companies, and I announced the next chapter for a site that is the crown jewel of our skyline, yet risked becoming the symbol of a dying downtown. Today, I'm thrilled to share the first renderings of that next chapter. The Humana Tower is going to be transformed into a world-class 1,000-room convention hotel and more. It will bring more people to Louisville every day, create hundreds of local jobs, help us attract more and larger events to the convention center, fairgrounds, and other venues. It will strengthen downtown, our entire city, and the entire Commonwealth of Kentucky. We have 151 years of experience hosting the world in Louisville for the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Derby Festival. And the transformation of downtown will help us solidify our reputation as the best city in America to host iconic festivals and events. We already have Polestar's Music Festival of the Year, Bourbon and Beyond, and the largest rock festival of the year, Louder Than Life. They're here to stay because we reached an agreement to be the home of these festivals for at least another 10 years. And now, our city, world-renowned for the Derby, the greatest of all time, and the Louisville Slugger, is ready to welcome our newest team, the Louisville Kings. Coach Redmond, thank you so much for joining us today. Rachel and I look forward to joining you on March 27th to not only kick off your season, but the entire UFL season right here in Louisville. That's good. And Coach, I know you must have been thinking a lot this past weekend about the amazing experience you had in the Super Bowl. But I want you to know that you're not the only one with big game experience in the house today. In fact, our next guest scored a goal this past Sunday in the Puppy Bowl. Please give a warm welcome to Winona from the Kentucky Humane Society. So cute, Winona. Thank you so much. Thank you. I am so proud that Louisville Metro government supported the Kentucky Humane Society's new and expanded campus in our last city budget. They're a great partner to Louisville Metro Animal Services. Stop by their table on the way out today to learn more about how you or a friend can adopt a pet. Maybe you'll adopt the next Puppy Bowl MVP. Whether dogs or people, we all know that Louisville is one of the best sports cities in the entire country. Now, more and more people are taking notice. In fact, Louisville has 4 of USA Today's top 10 sports attractions in America. And if you bear with me for a short time, I think we'll have another huge announcement that will make you flip. But it's not just events and conventions that are vaulting our progress into high gear. Every block, you see evidence of the new life that's being injected into downtown. We're renovating our main library. We're turning an underused parking lot next to Louisville Slugger Field into housing, restaurants, shops, and more. We're completely reimagining Louisville Gardens into a world-class production studio that will attract filmmakers from all over the world. We're converting vacant buildings into affordable apartments and improving the LouMed campus with a brand new park that opened not too long ago on November 19th. U of L is building a world-class new research building, and so much more. Yet as proud as I am of these investments, part of revitalizing downtown Louisville includes taking care of everyone who calls it home, including our most vulnerable neighbors. That's why, in our work to address homelessness, we created the Community Care Campus, an innovative model in partnership with Volunteers of America to bring shelter, supportive housing, medical care, and mental health services together in one place. It goes hand in hand with Home for Good. Home for Good is our new partnership with the Coalition for the Homeless and others, which aims to provide permanent supportive housing for at least 250 more people experiencing homelessness by 2027. We know that many people in our community who are chronically homeless have underlying substance abuse or mental health needs, and simply providing shelter isn't enough for them to stay on a positive path. With Home for Good, we're creating spaces where people have a place to live, and they will be supported by healthcare professionals, social workers, job training specialists, and other professionals who can help address their underlying needs and provide a path to stability. And even if the federal government is making cuts in programs like this, we'll keep investing to keep supporting the most vulnerable in our city. These are just a few examples of the progress we're making. But let me be clear. This progress didn't happen by accident. It happened because we recognized our responsibility, embraced the opportunity, and made bold decisions to reimagine downtown and transform lives for today and future generations. I know that's a lot, but I want to add one more cool thing that is happening downtown. Remember that Declaration of Independence I said we had laying around? Well, the city owns an incredibly rare copy of the Declaration of Independence, one of only 30 or so remaining original copies produced in 1823 by William Stone. It had been hiding in U of L's archives for too long. So to kick off our local America 250 celebration, we had it taken out of storage and made it available to the public. I encourage you to see it in person, just a couple of blocks from here at the Sons of American Revolution's headquarters, library, and museum. Read the Declaration of Independence again for yourself. And speaking of celebrations, in 2 years, we celebrate Louisville's 250th birthday, our semi-sesquicentennial, if you want a new word for today. And here's another thing you may not know. Our city is actually older than our state. Still, For the past 234 years, Louisville and Kentucky have been inextricably linked. For that entire time, and long into the future, when Louisville succeeds, all of Kentucky thrives. Governor Beshear and my colleagues in the General Assembly know that well. I want to thank Governor Beshear for his partnership in creating jobs and opportunity here in Louisville, and for his support when disaster or tragedy strikes. Lieutenant Governor Coleman and Rocky Adkins, thank you so much for joining us here today. And I want to thank the leadership and members of the General Assembly, Senate President Stivers, Senators Rocky Adams and Neal, House Speaker Osborne, Representatives Nemes and Stevenson, and so many more. When I became mayor, the city's relationship with the General Assembly was fractured at best. Some said there was an urban-rural divide that couldn't be bridged. Today, that's all ancient history. I've learned that despite our differences, and there are times we disagree strongly, we love Louisville and our Commonwealth, and there is common ground to be found. 2 years ago, the General Assembly invested a record $1 billion in Louisville, $100 million just into downtown Louisville. That $100 million made many of the projects we just talked about possible. Our General Assembly is in a budget session right now, and that's why many of them are not here. So I hope they're listening, though, and getting ready to make similar investments this year also for Louisville and all of Kentucky. Yes, the state of our city is strong, but there are still big challenges we must address. In fact, this year seems like it will test us more than last. Young people are facing a country and economy far different from their parents. An American dream that is out of reach because paychecks just aren't keeping up with the rising costs of life. Home prices are higher, interest rates are higher, inflation is higher, student debt, rising rent, all hitting at the same time. If young professionals and working families can't afford to live here, we risk becoming a city that works only for a few. So we're fighting where we can. A city can't control interest rates, but we can invest in housing to increase supply. Build more homes of all types, single-family homes, duplexes, apartments, to reduce the cost of housing for all of us. Since I've been mayor, we've created or preserved 7,000 units of affordable housing in neighborhoods all across our city. But to truly meet demand and lower prices, we need to do more, faster. I view this responsibility as another opportunity to innovate. This year at MMY US, a new manufacturer in Louisville's Parkland neighborhood, we unveiled the first LEED-certified affordable modular unit built in Louisville by Louisvillians for Louisvillians. This gives us the opportunity to put more housing in even more places, more than ever before. We're also opening paths to home ownership through down payment assistance, home repair programs, our new lien waiver program, the Small Developer Fund, and other initiatives that are turning vacant, underutilized spaces into safe, quality places to call home. Earlier this week, we celebrated another major milestone. The last resident has moved out of Dosker Manor. We're moving on from unsafe, unacceptable public housing, and we've started a new era at the Louisville Metro Housing Authority to provide quality, affordable housing for all of our residents. And Avenue Plaza and Parkway Place, you're up next. We're also bucking the national trend by creating new local jobs with higher wages that are growing faster than the cost of living. Businesses, big and small, close to home and around the world, see that Louisville is a place where they can grow, innovate, and create good, stable jobs. Just in 2025, Ford Motor Company announced $2 billion investment to reinvent the assembly line here at their Louisville assembly plant. And it seems to me like there may be more to come. GE Appliances announced a $500 million investment to bring production back to the U.S. and create 800 new jobs here at their global headquarters. Foxconn, the world's largest electronics manufacturing company, announced it was investing $173 million here to bring cutting-edge manufacturing back to the U.S. and create 180 new jobs in the South End. Add companies like Texas Roadhouse, Anthro Energy, Glove US, V-Simple, and more, and that's more than $3 billion in new investment and nearly 2,800 new jobs. And the best part? Wages for these new jobs being created in 2025 were nearly 24% higher compared to wages for new jobs announced the year before. This work will continue to accelerate as the Louisville Economic Development Alliance and Greater Louisville Inc. join forces next month to create one stronger organization to generate even more good-paying jobs for more families across our entire city. As we keep creating more new jobs, we know there are still people who are being left behind. So while the world is becoming less affordable, we're helping people pay rent and avoid eviction through our Office of Social Services Neighborhood Place. We're helping seniors have food on their table through the Meals on Wheels program. Even when the federal government cut funding, we kept feeding, ensuring our seniors never missed a meal. We're reducing gas prices by eliminating the no longer needed RFG designation. And we're helping families afford quality childcare through Thrive by 5. Thrive by 5 is improving the quality of our early learning centers, supporting its workforce, and will soon provide financial assistance to hardworking families. This important work will change our city for generations. We'll keep doing more. We'll keep pushing, innovating, and finding new ways to make our city a more affordable, more enjoyable place to live. But we also know that progress only lasts when people feel safe. And that is my greatest responsibility as mayor: public safety. Safety is the foundation for every opportunity we create, because everyone should feel safe and be safe in every neighborhood, at every hour, in everything you do, regardless of what country you are born in. Our police officers are focused on preventing crime and keeping our communities safe. Last year, we launched my comprehensive plan to reduce violent crime through prevention, intervention, and enforcement. It's called Safe Louisville. As a result, we're now using new technology to allow us to respond quicker to emergencies and better protect our community and our men and women on the front line. Here's our new Drone as First Responder program. It's already yielding results. You can see here is our drone with thermal cameras helped LMPD apprehend an individual who was hiding in a bush, who had fled a car that was pulled over after fleeing from the scene of a shooting. We also opened LMPD's new headquarters, bringing hundreds of officers under the same roof in downtown Louisville for the first time in years. We're building the first new firehouse in Louisville in 15 years and purchased land to bring a new first responder training facility to southwest Louisville. Our group violence intervention program is expanding and improving. In our 911 call center, we now give certain callers the option to use a video call to help our team provide even better service. And we've expanded our deflection program so that folks calling in with mental health emergencies get professional help immediately, 24/7, and keep our police. And that helps keep our police focused on preventing crime. In short, we're giving our public safety professionals the resources they need after years of underinvestment. At the same time, we're expecting more from them, particularly LMPD. When the federal government abandoned our consent decree, Chief Humphrey and I immediately agreed to continue those reforms through our own local agreement, our community commitment. We established a Community Safety Commission, and an independent monitor is in place. Chief Humphrey, I want to thank you for your leadership every day and for the 1,000 men and women who work with you to keep all of us safe. Thanks to these comprehensive efforts, new resources, and a strong commitment to community policing, we're seeing results. In 2025, we saw fewer shootings than any year in the past decade, down 40% in the time that I've been mayor. Robberies, carjacking, street racing, and takeovers are all down too. And most progress we celebrate, but we aren't content. We'll continue to learn from our work and use it as motivation to keep improving, to keep making Louisville safer every year. This is all just some of what's going on across our city. And did I mention, we've done all of that without raising taxes. In fact, our property tax rates are the lowest they've been since the city-county merger in 2003. That matters because in a time when costs are rising, keeping Louisville affordable and respecting how hard people work for every dollar they earn is a responsibility that I take very seriously. And speaking of being fiscally responsible, I would have loved to give every one of you here today a fancy Louisville Metro swag bag. But instead, we had to use that money to bring in extra crows to dig out of our recent snowstorm. So instead, we're giving you all something a little less flashy. It's a list of all of our accomplishments that we've accomplished together over the last 3 years. It's a lot. Some light reading when you have time. And this is just a snapshot of what we've accomplished together as one Louisville. Take a look, Louisville, and you'll see how the state of our city is strong and getting stronger every day. And there is so much more to come. You know, when Julia Ward Howe wrote the lyrics to the Battle Hymn of the Republic, America was living through one of its most divided and difficult times. Yet she wrote with faith that brighter days were ahead, that truth was marching on. I say those words intentionally, drawing inspiration from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the belief that progress happens by continuing to move forward. That idea carried Dr. King and so many others through difficult moments of fear and uncertainty. And it's why, as we celebrate Black History Month, we remember that change has always required courage, persistence, and a willingness to keep marching forward together. I'm inspired every day by the people of Louisville, and I'm proud to embrace the responsibility of this office to create opportunities for everyone across our city, to show up every day with resolve, energy, and a hope for my hometown, a city that I love so much. And I am so thankful to have Rachel and each of you marching on with me every day. This past year, we've been through a lot. Storms, historic floods, and a tragic plane crash. We've been through it together. The response to each of those challenges showed our community's strength, resilience, and unity. And that's what moving forward and marching on looks like in Louisville, making our city safer, stronger, healthier, and more affordable. Progress doesn't happen all at once. It happens when we choose again and again to keep moving forward, to keep marching on, when we refuse to let division divide us, when we focus on what unites us, when we meet challenges with determination, when we turn responsibility into opportunity and opportunity into results. Friends, it's the honor of my lifetime to serve as your mayor, and I'm proud to keep Louisville moving forward together. Louisville, let's go. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. What an inspiring speech.
Thank you.
This is a small token of appreciation, Rotary four-way test. If we all live by it, the world will be a better place. But it's exciting to know the future's bright in Louisville. Thank you very much.